Hey everybody, how are you? It's Peter again for MLB Trade Rumors and Discussions. It is Sunday, March 8, 2020. Keeping this going every single day for the rest of the year, just like I promised you guys. This is my dog. But today I want to talk about two things. I always talk about my Diamondbacks, but first I want to talk about the Houston Astros and Justin Verlander because I've mentioned this a bunch of times now. I've said the Astros will not make the playoffs. A lot of people were telling me I must be crazy and stuff like that, but Verlander is now, he had tricep soreness, right? Now, I'm not saying it's a big, they took him off for precautionary reasons, but at his age, right now, he's really the only main pitcher because I don't know, again, if I trust Greinke. He did pitch really well when he was in Houston, but those are two older guys at the top of the rotation that it's not easy, It's not going to be easy for them to do what they did recently with all the pressure that they have. There are a lot of injury-prone guys on that team. Let me tell you something. Houston is going to be in a lot of trouble. A lot of injuries are happening to Houston, to the Yankees, and there's a lot of teams. There's going to be new teams coming up, and it's going to be Texas. Texas is going to be one of those teams that's going to surprise a lot of people. I know a lot of people think they're going to do good, but they're going to do a lot better than people think they are. I know a lot of people have the White Sox being a surprise, and they will be. The White Sox will do something, and the Angels are going to be another team. As much as I don't like their pitching, they're still going to hit. The team is going to hit. There's going to be a couple of teams that it's going to be nice to see doing stuff. And honestly, this is all karma that's going to come to Houston. All the injuries, all the problems, they're not going to make the playoffs. It's going to be a while. They're going to go through a lot. Shit happens, and baseball gods have a way of working themselves out, and that's what's going to happen. Okay? That's, mark my words from here. I'm telling you guys right now, Houston does not make the playoffs. Let's jump into the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks won again today in spring training. Just like I told you guys before when we were 2-9, you don't panic, right? At this point, it didn't matter. Now look, they're starting to get hot, and you knew this was going to happen, and that's good. They're getting hot at the right time. Remember what I told you guys last week? Expect for the Diamondbacks to get hot now and their hitters to start coming around. That's what they're doing, right? And that's what you want. You don't want them to get hot early in spring training and then suck towards the end and then the season starts. You need them to just get warmed up. It's like going to the gym. You get warmed up, you get ready, just work out some things, and it's starting to look good. Let's talk about some performers. Jake Lamb again, 2 days in a row. I know he had a good game yesterday. I wasn't, I don't talk too much about it until I see a little bit more consistency. I wasn't that impressed with just the 2 hits as much as I was impressed with the home run of who it was off of. And it was off of Kimbrel, which is always great. And I am a huge Jake Lamb fan, so I root for this guy like crazy. That was definitely great to see Jake. Peralta got a couple. I think Peralta got a hit. I'm going to talk about the most impressed guy who I've been with so far during spring training, and I'm going to save him for a second. Let's talk about the bullpen. Junior Guerrero has been nothing but outstanding for the Diamondbacks. This may be the pickup that's the lightning in the bottle that nobody even seen coming. This is maybe the pickup that the guy pitches to an ERA of a 2 or a 1 point something, and that is the guy that the Diamondbacks, that Mike Hazen got for around $3 million. We're talking about a guy that he's seen in Milwaukee that had a couple years ago looked really good, and Hazen just sees these guys. He has such, I don't know, he has just a great eye for these low cost, high reward guys, and he's just wonderful out there. And then Yohan Lopez pitched 2 innings again. I was very impressed with him too. So I told you I keep my eye on those bullpen guys because that is going to help us because I know guys like Ray and Weaver sometimes can't get into the 7th inning, and we're going to need guys in the 7th and 8th and 9th. So we need Lopez. Maybe we need Guerrero to go 2 innings, and he can do that because he was a starter. So he can go 2 innings if we need it. So I got my eye on that, and I'm very, very impressed. Weaver pitched in a game that I believe it was in the backfield. He wasn't pitching too much. He only pitched, I believe, 3 innings, but he struck out 5. And I was very, very impressed again with the fact that the strikeouts are more for me. Remember I told you I'm worried about him when it comes to pitch count, but if his strikeouts are there, that means he's fooling people. And if he's fooling people, that means his stuff is live. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Weaver to show that he's going to be healthy enough to do that. I'm not looking to see that he can just pitch, but if he can strike people out, that's great. And I'm hoping, he goes a little bit more to contact because, again, same like with Robbie Ray, great pitchers don't always strike everybody out. Sometimes you just need to get a quick inning. We don't need to see 20 pitches in the inning just because you struck out 2. I really rather you just get 3 quick outs and like 8 pitches and, get into the eighth inning. That's more what I look for. That's why I was a huge Brandon Webb fan, because Brandon Webb was just terrific for me. He'll strike some guys out for sure. He'll definitely get you 8 or 9 strikeouts, but he still will have a lot. Always get you into the 7th, 8th inning all the time. Big fan. The guy I want to talk about who has impressed me the most, and definitely now who to me at least got the team, is Vargas. Right? Guillermo Vargas is just so talented, and I think he just took the next step into being a really solid ball player. They will find ways to get this guy in, always. He can play. He is a really good hitter, and he showed it every time the Diamondbacks were injured last year. He always stepped up. Expect Vargas, who's tearing it up. I believe he's batting like 420, 430. He had 3 more hits today. I believe he went 3 for 3. This guy is standing out to me. Okay, he is the one that my eye is on for, like, holy shit, this guy can play. There's always these guys they'll go a little streaky, but what he has done is take that step forward, is what the Diamondbacks were looking for. Somebody to step up, because if Marte, I'm talking about Ketel, if Ketel and Escobar can't duplicate what they have, you need guys like him. You need players that can step up and get some hits. How do you know if Calhoun's going to be able to do anything, right? Maybe he struggles, right? I've seen it. I've seen him bat 1-something during the month. Okay, so maybe we need him to play the outfield. But Vargas can play a lot of positions. We can switch Ketel to center field. We can move there's so many different things that we can do. Starling can move over. Peralta can go to right if he needed to. There's a lot of things that can happen, which is great. Why it's important to have guys that can play different positions. When you have that, that's able to move guys around and get the bat in the lineup that you need. LaCastro's another guy who can bat anywhere in the lineup, and he can spell Peralta when the tough lefties are, or he can spell Calhoun when the tough lefties are, right? You can get Starling a break in center field sometimes. You get Ketel off if his back is hurt, and then you could put Vargas in center or second if you want. He's more of an infielder to me, but he could play the outfield if you needed him to. He can do a lot. So I'm very, very impressed with the way he's coming to spring training, and he's taking it. And Lebia, by getting suspended with all the steroids, helped out a lot. That definitely moved, because I don't think Young is making the team, even though he's impressing. Pavin Smith already went back to the minors, but I can tell you he did extreme damage for the team. He's doing well. So what we're looking for now, as the preseason starting to come to a close, you're looking to see the guys who, like Lamb, like Vargas, and like Guerrera, to start doing what they need. What I'm looking for also is Christian Walker now. I'm paying attention to the first baseman side of it. I know Yasmani Tomas got a home run in the 9th inning, but I'm worried about Christian Walker a little bit. I haven't heard too much from him. I know he was sore in the beginning. That's something I'm keeping an eye on. I know Crone would be there if you needed. And listen, I don't want to bash Kevin Crone, because this guy all he has done in the minor leagues is rake. So clearly, maybe if he just, like Christian Walker, if he gets his at-bats, he may bat you 250, but Crone's the type, if he played consistently, would get you 35 home runs easy. The guy's a monster. So again, he may give you those 0 for 4s, and then that'll turn into like 0 for 24, and then you'll go through those weeks of just like 5 home runs and maybe 20 for 35. He's that type of hitter. He's a very streaky, powerful hitter. What the Diamondbacks need to do right now is just get their starting pitching ready. They need to make sure they got their bullpen ready, and I'm hoping the Diamondbacks, for the beginning of the season, shorten the starting pitchers game. I'm looking to see Robbie Ray and Luke Weaver get into the 6th, and then see how Guerrera and Yohan Lopez pitch to go with Chafin, because Chafin can pitch to righties. I'm really looking to see what happens with the 7th and 8th inning for the Diamondbacks, because that to me is where the game is won, right? If you can, how many times did the Diamondbacks play a game and it's 2-2, or they're losing 2-1, and our bullpen comes in the 7th inning and gives up 2 runs, and then the game is out of reach? But how many times if you see the team shut that team down and give them momentum, and then a guy like LaCastro will come up, get hit by a pitch, steal base, get the momentum, and they'll tie the game and we'll win it in the 9th. It's so important to have that bullpen have the stoppage to shut it down. Or if we're up by 1, the Diamondbacks have a habit of playing 1-run games, right? We need that shutdown right there. Because Ginkle right now I'm a little bit worried about, because that was the guy I was looking forward to. I really was looking forward to him. And it seems like we're going to find out how fatigued his arm is. That's always scary to me, you know. Hope it's nothing, because he was a guy I was looking forward to coming into 7-2 and shutting things down, because I thought he was going to be the closer of the future. But if his arm's hurting, then a guy like Rondon now, he's another one. Is Rondon going to be the 8th inning guy? You know, he's not having a great spring, but I'm not too worried about that. He's a veteran. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm extremely impressed with a lot of the Diamondbacks, and I'm just very happy now. They're 5-9, starting to move up. You know, people can just relax. And so excited for baseball to start. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.